All right, guys. So thank you so much for hopping on. For those of you that have hopped on, I know this was totally the last minute. I appreciate your flexibility. Family we can't control. When things happen, and it was like, oh my gosh, you've got to be kidding me. So thank you for being flexible. Thank you for understanding, and thank you for allowing me to move this over to today. I definitely wanted to make sure that this all got out to you guys. And I am recording this, so maybe you are catching this on a replay. Again, I appreciate you for showing up for you. At the end of the day, like, you guys don't show up for me, you show up for yourself. You show up to invest in you. You show up for the knowledge that whether it's something that I'm sharing that I've experienced, or it's something that I have been able to collect from other leadership and be able to, push down to you guys. So welcome to November. Is that so insane to say? Yes, it is. I can't even wrap my head around the fact that Thanksgiving's in like 3 weeks. Okay. Bananas, but here we are. So today what I want to talk about is really like end of month. Excuse me, I don't know what happened there. The demon just tried to come out. No, end of month and transitioning into new month, okay, and momentum, and how to create that momentum. I have some great things in regards to that's really, it's crazy because it was on my I guess training for last night, and then in regards to customers, all right, and how we can tap into our customers networks and how we can maximize that refer to. And then, you guys, this crazy promo came out yesterday, which the company's never done. All right, I've never seen this kind of referral promo for customers. So if you missed that, I'm going to go over it in a minute. But what I want to talk about is, it's really kind of all going to come together, but it's also mindset. Okay. And so when we talk about our business, when we talk about, showing up, when we talk about what we're bringing into our business, what we're cultivating, what our paychecks look like on Tuesdays, at the end of the day, it's truly, what are you allowing up here? Okay, what are you allowing in regards to, like, your boundaries? And when I say boundaries, I mean on your social media. When I mean on your boundaries, I mean in your personal life, right? Like, life happens. Okay, I am the first one to always say, like, I get it. Life has happened to me many times over almost 9 years here. But at the same time, when life does happen, don't feel like it's happening, like it only is happening to you. And I also want you to remember, like, when life happens, don't be afraid to reach out, because, you know, whether it's your sponsor or it's me or somebody else within your organization, one of your sideline sisters, whatever, like, maybe we've gone through what you're going through, and we can help you navigate through that, okay, in an easier way than just trying to figure it out, feeling like you're like on this, like, tugboat out in the middle of the ocean and you don't know how to get back. Okay. So when we talk about mindset and we talk about our business, I want you to think of the law of the harvest. Okay. The law of the harvest is every 120 days. What that means is that what you do now is going to show up to reap as a harvest in 120 days from now. All right. Again, we live in such an instant gratification. We're looking for, like, the instant results society. But in reality, in your business, what you did today, like, let's say today you kill it, right? You're on your social media, you're rocking your social media, you showed up on your stories, you've made all kinds of connections, you've followed up with everybody. Well, guys, like, just because you killed it today doesn't mean that on Tuesday you're going to have this insane paycheck. Okay. Like, you could, I mean, I'm not saying that you couldn't, but I don't want you to think because you showed up today and you killed it doesn't mean you're going to have a harvest tomorrow. All right. But if you continue to be consistent in showing up in your business, right? Whether maybe today you kill it, but tomorrow, you know what? Like, maybe you get sick. Maybe you have a kid that gets sick. Maybe, like, just something happens, but you still, like, show up in some form, right? You still touch your business. Then you're still staying consistent. Okay. And that consistency is going to be that the law of the harvest of that, like I said, every 120 days. All right. Um, do not count yourself out. let's talk about that for a second, okay? Let's talk about rank. I feel like that's a great topic to talk about right now. We had some insane bonus periods a few months ago. A lot of people in this organization rocked these bonuses, earned these bonuses, hit new ranks, whatever the case may be. Y'all, I have lost rank numerous times in 9 years. It's part of the industry. We are not always going like it's on in an upward motion. That's just not how like at the end of the day, like this type of industry, this is also sales. Like whether you're selling cars, you're selling homes, you're selling vitamins, there's always like peaks and valleys in this type of what we do. That's just what it is, okay? And sometimes you're going to be like have this insane momentum, and then sometimes you're going to have some dips, and somebody may leave. You may have somebody that leaves your team, right? You may have somebody who comes in and kills it on your team. Like you may fall down yourself and not even like, may take a little bit of time to be like, whoa, wait a minute. How do I rally myself back? Right. But don't count yourself out. Like if you were to lost a rank, who cares? That does not mean it's the end of your business. It does not mean it reflects anything on you as a person. It does not reflect your leadership. It does not reflect like your skill set here. You're not like a has-been, like, oh, throw in the towel. Like this is like not for me anymore. Okay. It just means that you just need to get back up. That's it. And you need to change some more lives. Okay. I want you to remember that. All right. So you do not get immediate payoff or harvest, like I said, from what you did today. It's not immediate. Okay. Just like perfect example. I've gained probably 15 pounds since my peak weight loss. Okay. Of 60 pounds. Y'all, life happened. Parenting happened. I started navigating new like things in my parenting journey that I haven't experienced yet. And it really emotionally threw me for a loop. Well, I'm an emotional leader. You know what? I didn't gain 15 pounds overnight. It was constant, consistent decisions of how I reacted to the emotions I was feeling that created 15 pounds, right? It wasn't I cried tonight and tomorrow I'm up 15 pounds, right? Like that's immediate. That's not how it happened. And it's the same thing in your business, okay? It's not immediate. So when things like that, like
But you
whether
enjoying
positive or negative, it's the
hoping.
consistent actions that you took that
Yes.
created the harvest, whether positive or negative, that you may be in right now. All
Yeah.
right. And so I want you to remember that.
And then I need
What we're
that.
doing now to set up our business for success, 100, what are we doing? So what are we doing now that's where we're gonna be in 120 days from now, right? How is that gonna look for us? Let me just make sure that I have.
Because Emily has to take this out of story.
Okay. It's a compound effect. Okay. So like I said, it's a compound effect of like how I gained 15 pounds, right? And it's going to be a compound effect of how I take that back off and get back to where I was. It's going to be consistent action that I decide every day to show up for myself, right? That's how I'm going to get those results. And it's the same thing in your business. Okay. Repeated actions that get you to or from what you want. All right. You never know how, I want you to remember, you never know how close you actually are. Okay. You may be like, let's just throw out some crazy number, like $10,000 away from your actual goal that you are like running for. Okay. That you currently have right now. Just because that $10,000 seems a little overwhelming, or to you right now, you're like, oh my gosh, that's like so much. That could change overnight. You all know that, right? That literally could change overnight. You could change somebody's life tomorrow, and that person's a freaking rock star, and they come in and literally in 24 hours do $10,000 in volume. You know that could happen, right? You all know that like there is literally a leader that left this company when she's seasoned in the industry at this point, but she just came back last month, started at zero, and her organization ended at $84,000 in sales. $84,000 in sales. Are you kidding me? So do not think that you are like, this can't happen. Oh, it's too far away. Or you never know. You never know who's ready to get in your inbox, who's ready to trust you, because you have consistently showed up and painted the picture that they can see themselves here. You've painted the picture that you have a solution to their situation, right? You've painted the picture of the community that we have, the support that they're going to receive, that they're never going to be alone, that we'll always be in the trenches with them, right? You've painted the picture of the options that we have to provide for people here, okay? Um, a great quote that I wanted to share was, when one man sees obstacles, another man sees an opportunity to create something. Okay. When one man sees obstacles, another man sees opportunities to create something. So if something is like a roadblock for you, what's the lesson in that? Right? What's the lesson in that? What's the opportunity to learn from it? Instead of looking at the negative, let's look at, like, okay, well, like, how do we change that? How do we navigate through that? How do we, like, if the customer's like, pushing back and maybe saying no, okay, how can we help them in a different way? Maybe present it to them differently, maybe offer them, like, find out, instead of just assuming there's nothing that she can't do. 100% right, Erica. You're 100% right. I love that. How, like, no is never no. Y'all know that, right? And if you don't, I hope you remember that now. No is never no. It's just not right now. Timing is everything for people. And when it comes to, like, those kind of things, like, you cannot, one of the things that I want to share with you guys is, like, you cannot hold on and take ownership of somebody else's no. You cannot take ownership of somebody else's season that they're in life right now. And you may not know what kind of season they're in, right? But you can't take ownership of that. So if they don't want your products, they don't want your system, they don't want it's okay. So what? It's not, it's their season. But it doesn't mean that, you know what, 2 months, 6 months, a year, 9 years from now, you know how many people, I've been doing this almost 9 years, and I have people that have literally watched me on this journey for 9 years that are like, okay, I'm ready. 9 years later, they're joining. I have people that have left, completely left, and are coming back. I had a girl that came back last night and placed her order. And she left. She was like, she hasn't been on the products for a while, like well over a year, if not longer. Okay. But my consistency of continuing to show up and share my journey and share that this helps people, and it's still helping people, and it's still helping me. She was like, all right, I'm back. I need this back in my life. Right. So, another thing I want you to start to think about, like, especially on those days where, you feel like you're getting hit, maybe hit by all ways, right? Kind of feeling that word defeated. Instead of saying, I'm defeated, I feel defeated, I want you to say, I'm on my way. Instead of saying, I'm defeated, I want you to say, I'm on my way. You're on your way to where you're going. I want you to remember that. Just because somebody else's journey that you're watching on social media may be way faster than yours or how you want yours to go, it does not mean that you're defeated. If, like I said, if somebody else is telling you, you know what, I'm going to pause my auto ship right now, or you get maybe 3 people that end up in your inbox in one day and are telling you they're going to pause their auto ship because of whatever they've got going on in their life, love them where they're at. Love them where they're at. Who cares? Do not let somebody else's decision of how they're taking control of their own life make you feel defeated, right? You're on your way. And you know what? That person will come back as long as you continue to show up and stay consistent. But your journey doesn't end with somebody else's pausing their auto ship, because your journey is, who am I going to help next? Whose life am I going to change today? Right? And as long as we continue to push forward in whose life are we going to change today? Whose situation am I going to change today? What options am I going to provide for somebody today? Y'all know that we have an option to change people's situation before Christmas, right? We have the option to change people's situation before Christmas. Do y'all know that I joined mid-December? Mid-December. When I joined, I did not have the money to join. When I joined, I did not have any money in my bank account. I was literally living paycheck to paycheck, and my husband had no idea that I spent that money because he probably would have been like, I don't think so. But what was important to me was the potential to feel good. And what was important to me was the picture that I had seen painted of the opportunity here. And I was like, well, why not me? And I found a credit card that had just enough money to place my Thrive order 2 weeks before Christmas, y'all. Okay. And do you know what that did? It put a $400 cash bonus back into my bank account before Christmas because I hit my VIP 800. Do not put yourself in somebody else's bank account. That person, you may be thinking they can't afford this, but if it's important to them, they'll figure out a way. I want you to think of this. You think everybody, like, think about how many people, and I'm going to just use this example. How many people smoke cigarettes? All the people you see smoking cigarettes. Do you ever look at them and go, oh, they can afford cigarettes? No. How many people have you looked at before and being like, dude, cigarettes are expensive. Like, how are you affording cigarettes? Knowing their financial situation. But to them, that cigarette is important. And so they find a way to afford it. People will always find a way to get what is important to them. To me, feeling better and maybe losing some weight was, I don't care what I will figure it out. I would figure it out. And because I did, it put $400 in my bank account and I had money to buy Christmas that year. So what, like, you all have that, literally, you have that for people right now in your hands. We have more than enough time to put serious money in people's bank accounts before Christmas. Right? So how are you going to change somebody's life today? Also, again, like we talked about before, life happens, right? When you go to war, and what I mean by that is life. Things are going to happen. Things are going to show up in your life that you did not see coming, and they knock you down, right? But what I want you to think about when you're going to war, who's that first person you think of that you're going to go to war with? And I want you to remember it's you. It's you, right? You need to armor up. You need to armor up and put your armor on because it's not always going to be easy, but you've got this. And we're your army. All right. So I just want you to remember that. Okay. You're never alone here, but you need to armor up, and we're going to armor up with you. And the days that you feel knocked down are the days that you feel on your way. Right. We got you. Okay. And I want you to remember you can only control the controllable. Okay. So when life happens, you can only control what you can control. Don't allow things that are out of your control to literally suffocate you or to take you down or to make you feel defeated or to make you feel like you're not worthy or to make you feel like, you know what I mean? Like, not show up for your business, right? Not show up for you. I want you to remember that. Sorry, like I said, I have a lot of notes here, so I just want to fly through. Again, every morning I want you guys to like think about, what kind of mentality are you going to have today? Before you grab your cell phone, check your voicemails, check your Facebook messages, check emails, you need to like check in with yourself every single morning when you wake up and be like, all right, like, what's my mentality today? Right? You need to fill your cup. If you're feeling a little down, you need to pull up some kind of like positive YouTube, like, pour your cup before you pour your cup for other people. It is so important. It will set the pace for your day. Okay. All right. November 1st, okay? And every like new month. I know when you log into your back office on the 1st of the month and there's a big fat goose egg there, okay? And it's 0, you're like, oh, like, ew, that is icky. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes the 0 in the back office. And guys, you think it gets any better the more volume you have? No, it doesn't. But you know what? This is what we do. And at the end of the day, like, I want you to remember this, okay? on November 1st, when your back office goes down to 0, okay? Your energy doesn't. Your mentality doesn't, right? Your work ethic doesn't. Your mindset doesn't. And if you allow it to do that, you're going to constantly be chasing your own tail every single month, I promise you. Okay? So from the 31st of the previous month to the 1st of the next month, you cannot change how you're showing up because it's a new month. You can't. You have to consider every single day, regardless of what your back office looks like. It is a new day. Whose life am I changing today? Whose life am I changing? How many new free accounts am I going to get today? How am I going to get out and meet somebody new? What kind of new connection can I make? Right? You always have to be showing up ready to serve. Because if you take it off, if you take the day off, right, because it's the 1st of the month, well, then you take the 2nd off because, well, it's just the 2nd of the month, right? And then all of a sudden you realize that you haven't worked your business half of the month. And then you're chasing your tail. And now you're in this rat race of like, oh my gosh, I've got to do all this stuff because I haven't done anything because it was the beginning of the month and I felt like, oh, whew, like last month was so crazy. No, you've got to show up every single day. No matter what the date is on the calendar, do not let it affect how you show up. Okay. Show people what's possible. Again, that's what we're in the industry of. We are showing people and painting the picture of what is possible here. Okay. Okay. Checklists for the month. All right. And this is for you, for your team as you're digging in. All right. Number 1, like, are you thriving for free? That's our number one every month goal. Are you thriving for free? Okay. Number 2, do you have your PPA for a bonus? If you had earned a bonus, okay, there's requirements for those bonuses. Do you have your PPA for that bonus? Okay. If not, that's your number 2, like, priority, getting that PPA filled as soon as possible. Okay. So you're not scrambling at the end of the month. Number 3, what credits do you have? Do you have credits that are, obviously you're getting your own products, but what other credits can you help other people get started this month? What kind of promo can you put out to your team? What kind of incentive can you put out to somebody who's been on the fence watching you, right? Don't sit on credits. You never want to just sit on credits and let them accumulate. Credits are literally your opportunity to invest back into your business. Okay. Number 4, do you have any extra products that you can roll out? Like, do you have a cabinet? Like, are you like a Thrive hoarder? Let's be real. Okay. Like, if I go to your house right now and I open your cabinet, are you look like a Thrive hoarder? Like, do you have boxes and boxes of stuff that you're like, no, like nobody can even like, you're just like stocking up for Armageddon. Okay. Like, you're stocking for the apocalypse. So you've got all the Thrive. Like, don't hoard your Thrive. That is literally opportunity to roll things out. Maybe maybe you have a ton of DFTs. Maybe you've taken advantage of a bunch of promos and you've got a crap ton of DFTs. Okay. DFT is literally the easiest thing to mail. All right. And that's why I'm bringing this up. Maybe you do a promo, maybe you don't have credits, but you have a ton of DFTs and you offer this next person that's ready to start with you. If you start today, I'm going to cover your DFTs. So you're going to buy, your capsules and your lifestyle mix. And if you get them on the all in, you're going to, their balance or biotic, and you're going to throw in their DFTs on you. Okay. $50 value or whatever you've got going on, right? Maybe if you've got credits, instead of saying, hey, I'm going to give you $40 off or $44 off, you say, hey, if you start your 3 steps with me today, I'm going to throw in balance. I'm going to get it for you. Right. That's like, throw in that value. Okay. Don't be afraid to say it like that. Like, I'm literally going to give you a $44 product for free. I'm going to hook you up if you do that today. All right. Again, yeah, it'd be like, let's just say, hey, Sue, if you order this, I can give you this today. Like, again, like I talked about the balance. I'm going to touch on this briefly. Again, if you start accumulating waiting room, and you already have at least 4 active legs, then, we definitely want to condense. We never want to just let waiting room die in waiting room land. Okay. but I'm only going to touch on this briefly. I'm not going to go deep into it. If you do start to have a waiting room after like the 20th of the month, and you do have 4 active legs already, then I want you reaching out to your sponsor and or up, to myself, so we really can maximize. But if you have waiting room to leverage, don't let it die in waiting room land. Okay. That is literally, again, another opportunity that this company gives us to help build. Okay. Help build your leaders. You literally, let's say you have $800 in your waiting room. Okay. And you literally reach out to your, whoever your runners are at the time and say, hey, I have $800 in placement. If you match me, right? So they bring in $800. I'm going to give you $800 in placement volume and to move to you. You literally just doubled their volume. Their volume just doubled. Instead of 800 in volume, they just went 1600 in volume. That literally extra $800 could push somebody over to a new rank. Waiting room volume is also a permanent move. Once it is moved, you can't undo it, but it will grow with them forever within their business. And again, it's just another huge opportunity and leverage to help your runners build, okay, and to help build up leaders. There, I was gonna say there's a video on the team page on waiting room, but no, there's not. Just kidding. Hacker really screwed that up. For those of you that don't know, again, I know I've posted on the team pages and whatnot. I was hacked. My entire livelihood of my Facebook since day one that I started on that platform was I lost it last week. So if you are on here and you haven't already, please find me and friend request me. I did not unfriend or block anybody. I literally lost my entire account and had to start over. So unfortunately, what that means is any training videos or documents or anything that I've ever shared or posted in any kind of our team pages, our Bad Bitch group, any of the above is literally gone. So, wah. But it's okay because it just gives an opportunity to start fresh. Okay. Just to touch on that note, I'm sure many of you have noticed in the Bad Bitch group that is why the welcome video has been MIA, is because it was attached to my original Facebook. So when that got deleted, the video disappeared. On a new note, right before the Zoom, I literally just re-recorded the video and it is back. Okay, so it is back there. Make sure as you're adding people in, your new people in or refreshers to any of those that you have in our Bad Bitch group, make sure you're tagging them in the new video. It explains exactly how to do the system and what to do. If you have the opportunity, if you have a reps close to rank report, not everybody has access to that, but if you do, pull it. Pull it. It literally shows you the pulse of your team. Okay? It's telling you where your people are at. Who's close to ranking, ranking up? Who's close to hitting rank? That is a report. Like if you have access to it, you only have access to it if you have like a certain kind of size team. That's when you start to gain access to stuff like that. But if you do have access to it, like make that rank become your best friend. Again, it shows you the pulse of your organization. $800 packs. Okay. I want to talk about this really quickly. Those when you're bringing in new people within their first 60 days. Okay. I am not making any kind of, like, I don't know what people's financial situations are. We never do. We don't put ourselves in people's bank accounts either. But I want you guys to make sure when you're bringing in new people, paint this picture for them. All right. If somebody can afford and is in a position to invest in their business and get an $800 pack and they're ready to run, it is a no-brainer. Let me explain why. Literally, they're not only getting all of the promo codes, they're being paid as a 200K for 16 weeks, I believe. Don't quote me on that. You can find all that information in the back office, but I believe it's 16 weeks. If your person is coming in and they are like, oh no, I see the opportunity, I am ready to go, like we're making this happen, I am earning my belief checks in my first 14 days, etc., etc., it is a no-brainer to grab an $800 pack and get paid as a 200K for 16 weeks. All right, that is big money fast. All right. Also, if that person who buys an $800 pack then breaks that $800 pack and sells 3-day samples, they literally are going to make $1,000 off of an $800 pack. Y'all, that's $200 in profit, and you put the $800 back on your credit card or your bank account. Okay, so these are all like ways to take advantage of what is offered. I know an $800 pack is really intimidating. I completely understand, it was for me. But if we don't break it down and offer it in this way to our people, they're never going to understand. And just so you guys know, that $200, I mean, no, $200, that 200K pay promo, it's only available for people that are in their first 60 days. So if they don't take advantage of it, then they don't get that opportunity and promo until you hit 200K. So again, if you have somebody that's coming in and they're ready to run and take advantage of the opportunity that is in front of them, it's a no-brainer to not invest in an $800 pack for that reason. Okay. Again, like I said, we're literally could change people's lives before Christmas. All right. And I really want you guys to lead with that. This can be a very stressful time for people. It's also a really magical time for people. Can you imagine like how it's going to feel when that person comes back to you and you talk to them today and they're like, I can't afford Christmas. I can't afford Thanksgiving. I can't afford like these things for my kids, right? For my family, for myself. And in the next 4 weeks, the conversation is completely different. And this person's saying to you, because of you, I can afford Christmas. Because of you, I can afford Thanksgiving. Because of you, I can fill my heat tank, right? Because of you, like that is a big deal. Don't take the opportunity that you have in your hand lightly, okay? Voice memos. Again, when we're just talking about talking to people, following up, voice memos are powerful. Don't be afraid to get in there and hit that voice record. People can hear your excitement. Okay. They can hear what you have to offer. They can hear your passion. It is really hard to read somebody in text. It is. And it can be interpreted in multiple ways. Somebody might be like, why is she yelling at me? And in reality, you're like, I'm sorry. Like, you know what I mean? So don't be afraid to use your voice text in Messenger. Let people hear your voice, okay? This is the last thing I want to talk about, and then we're gonna end this for this Zoom for this week. But it's called host to post. All right, that's what we're gonna call it. This is gonna go in hand with the new promotion that just came out. All right, so the new promotion that was dropped yesterday, it's now through the 15th of the month, is your customers who refer orders. So, example, Lauren's customer, Sue, okay, has been telling her friends and family about this Thrive stuff she's been doing with Lauren. And Sue's friend, Katie and Joe, are like, all right, I'm ready. I'm ready, Sue. I think whatever, that stuff that you're doing, I'm ready. Katie and Joe make their accounts through Sue's link, right? Sue's the customer. Now, not only does she earn her refer to, because again, we always, Katie and Joe are going to place their order as auto ship, like we have everybody do, right? So now Sue just earned her refer to, but Sue's also now going to earn 25% of that order in credits. So not having nothing to do with the refer to credit she's going to get on the 2nd of next month. She's on top of that going to earn 25% on each order that she refers in credits. How incredible is that? Do you guys know how much money a customer could earn in credits with this promotion? And this literally opens up somebody else's network for you, right? We really need to start digging into our customers. Like, who do they know? Do you all know that my team blew up not from everybody that I knew? It was people that I knew, and then they brought in, then it was people who they knew, and then who they knew, and then who they knew. And I ended up like, y'all, I didn't know majority of you before you joined this. It's the same thing with your customers. It's time that we start digging in and utilizing our customers' networks, because your next rock star business partner may come from your customer's referral. So stop thinking that you're like, you've hit this roadblock, you have no other friends, you know nobody else. Start utilizing your customers. All right. And so the way like a great way to do that is, reach out to your customer and ask them, hey, have I ever showed you how you could earn your products for free? I know you're loving these products. Right? Instead of, hey, we have an incredible refer to program. You can get your products for free if you tell two people. I know that that's what we've always shared, but how many of you have customers lining up to do that? Probably not a lot of you. And why? Because customers instantly put a wall up because they're like, no, I don't want to sell this stuff. I just want to take it. Nope, I don't want to push it on anybody. I just want to take it. But if you offer it to them like, hey, I know you're loving these products. Have I ever showed you how you could get it, how you as a customer can just get it for free next month? Right? They're either going to say, no, you haven't, or how, right? Or they may just be like, yeah, but honestly, I'm not even interested. I just want to pay for it. Cool. Yeah, no worries. I just want to make sure that I had offered that to you and leave it at that. But if they want to know, this is where we're going to, come up with, but this is where you can make it super simple for them. And we're going to create some scripts to help with this too, where you literally could say, hey, I'm going to make you a I'm going to give you a script, post it on your Facebook. And they're not going to be salesy scripts, right? Or you're literally just, hey, you know what, tomorrow morning when you wake up, post this on your story. Post this on your story and talk about how you haven't needed coffee. That's it. That's all you need to do. And when people are interested, get me connected with them because I'm here to do the work for you, right? Make it simple. We're taking all the work, all the guesswork out of this for our customers, all right? And we're making it simple, right? Even as a perk and customer service on your end, if I was you, I would also be setting up all these accounts for your customer. That's just me, but I just think, customers, if they wanted to do the business, they'd be signed up with you already as a promoter, right? So, but if your customer's bringing in people, but you're doing the work because you're the one in the business, y'all, that's you're the one getting paid. Even though your customer is going to earn these like the 25% in credits, this builds your PPA. This builds your paycheck. You're the promoter. You're being paid on every referral order that your customer brings in. All right. So, how many people can you help? How many customers can you help earn or refer to this month, especially with this promotion? This is a huge opportunity. Maybe you have a customer that's been watching you and you've been like raving about the skincare, for example. Well, the skincare is expensive, and and all skincare is, but people that obviously, some people are going to look at the skincare. Let me reword this. I am not somebody who's ever really suffered in the skincare department, but my daughter is. All right. I never saw value to spend money, right, in a really good skincare line as an adult because I never needed it. But now that my daughter is having, hormonal skincare issues, I now see the value in investing. Well, guess what? I also get our products for free because I earn my refer to credits, and I also earn refer to credits on Steve's account. So now Hayden and I both have the skincare. The skincare is freaking incredible and I love it and I rave about it, right? So, but if one of my customers has been watching and being like, oh my gosh, I'd love to do that skincare too, but they feel the same way, they're like a little like not just ready to jump and spending the money. Now I can say, listen, let's get a couple of your friends going. I'm going to help you with how to share this very organically, not salesy, right? Just showing people what you're doing. And they literally could earn the skincare for free just with this promo, this referral perk promo, customer promo that's going on right now through the 15th. Okay. So maybe you have customers that have been wanting to try new things and this is the opportunity for them to do that. Okay. Again, if we let fear control us, it will slow us down. It will hold us back and it will keep us from getting to the next level. All right. So if something is like holding you back right now, if you have like fear, like you need to get out of your head. You need to get out of your head and know what you have in your hands. All right. Lead with your heart. Lead with How can I serve someone today? How can I change somebody's life? How, what is this opportunity going to do for somebody that I have to offer right now going into the holidays? And lead with that. Stop leading with what if. Stop leading with that defeat, right? And start remembering I'm on my way. I'm on my way. And what we do today will not pay us today or tomorrow, but what we do today is going to pay us, in our harvest, our 120-day harvest. So I want you to remember that. So what we do today is setting us up. Where do you want to be by the end of the year? Right? Um, and start thinking of yourself as a winner. No matter where you are in your goals, the thing is that we've never arrived. All right. I want you to remember that. Like, I don't care even if you're a 200K, you haven't arrived. Okay. You've just shared this product with a lot of more people than somebody else. And you still got a lot of lives more to go. Right. You still have a lot of things to change. You've never arrived. You're always growing. You're always learning as a person. All right. So remember that you're a winner no matter where you are in your journey. And, I'm excited. I'm excited to start rolling out some promos to you guys. I'm excited for a really incredible November, and I hope that you guys are too. Make sure that you are getting this out. Your customers are going to get that email from Lavelle, and I'm telling you right now, they're not going to have a clue what it means. It is your job to educate your customers. It is your job to let them know that they like literally what's on the table for them if they just help get into their network. Okay. And it's your job to navigate that and to guide them. And like I said, we're going to come up with some scripts to share to help with that. But I hope that you guys are excited, and I hope that like operation refer to, that's our goal this month. Operation refer to, how many customers can you get thriving for free this month? And again, with this promo, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. So, and maybe you have those customers who have reached out to you and said, "Hey, money's a little tight right now. I've got to put my stuff on, move my auto ship out a little bit." Okay, cool. This is a great opportunity to say, "You know what, girl, I got you. I got an opportunity for you to earn your products this month for free. Who do you know that needs this? Who do you know you can connect me with? If I write up a post, will you post it on your page, right? If I give you some scripts or I give you some ideas to share in your story, will you do that? Because if you do, my company's literally going to give you 25% in everybody that you refer. So now you just gave them an option to their situation, right? They don't have to push out their auto ship this month because they'll be able to afford it with the credits that they earn. So that being said, I love you guys. Thanks so much. I hope that you got some value. I hope that I gave you some ideas. Earlier, Cameron was giving me a heart, and it blew literally poof hearts at me, and I blatantly can't do it. So she's the only magical one here. There it is. I don't know how this should come, but it's pretty freaking amazing. But anyway, thanks for hopping on, guys. I love you so much. And for those of you in the Berlin area, I can't wait to see you tonight. I am getting ready to go pack my bag, and I'm going to be on the road shortly. So I hope you guys have an incredible day. We're going to make this month absolutely amazing and aggressive, and we are going to change so many lives. So, all right, guys, I love you. Bye.